Welcome back to Anti-depressing. This is a show where we talk about everything from liturgy
to Lexapro.
We're back, baby.
Woo, we're back. The trio.
Also not consulted on that. We're back, but we are back. So, so glad to be back. So happy to have Jasmine back. She's been nurturing life. So welcome back. We're so happy to have you. How the heck are you doing, dude?
Thank you. I'm doing so good. I'm so happy to be here. It's wild to be here, to be back, to be on this couch with you two. It's a gift.
Word.
I have had the distinct pleasure, the honor, the joy of getting to listen to Anti-depressing as a listener for the past few weeks. And it has been so fun. So fun. And I really felt like some of our listeners will tell us man, I will be listening and I'm like, I want to interject. Like I'm on the couch with you. I was like, Chanel would ask a question and I would start answering it. Like I could feel myself being like, oh, this is what I would say. And then hysterically, it was almost mainly every time what Juliana said because you're in my brain. So it was lovely, but it was very fun.
It is funny because that's how I feel when I'm just listening to you two on Anti-depressing. I'll just send them notes. Like I'll send them my live react of what I would say in these scenarios. Yeah, so I get it.
It's perfect. But this week, we get to be here as a trio, as a squad, to transition, have Juliana's reign as our guest co-host, and we're so thankful for your time here.
Yeah, thank you so much. You really poured in.
Of course. Yeah, happy to be here.
Love it.
Happy to have you here.
Love it.
If you hear the screams of unhappy children in the background, there are 5 kids in this house trying to sleep right now, and at least one of them isn't going to be. So if you hear crying, just know they are being tended to, not by us, and it's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
It's going to be okay.
And is that more for you guys or for Jasmine's heart?
It's
the world will
it's
never
mine.
know. Yeah.
Am I sad?
Yeah.
Is my baby crying? Yes.
The world may never know.
Yeah.
It's like how many licks to get to the middle of a Tootsie Pop.
Exactly.
The world will never know. So, but the babies are fine.
Will never.
The babies will be okay.
They'll be just fine. All right, Chanel, how are you?
I'm good. I'm here currently in Wisconsin for little baby's baptism. It was a beautiful ceremony.
Cutesy.
He is now a new creation. It is beautiful. He smells so good. He's so holy and sweet. And I'm just kind of vibing. I've eaten so much in the past 2 days.
So much dairy.
That has really been something. So I've been kind of I'm excited to kind of chill. The festivities have really been festivitying. And I'm also excited to just kind of reset, go on a little walk, do a little workout tomorrow, maybe the next day. And, just excited because I say maybe tomorrow because I am going to my first football game tomorrow. My first
football game?
What football game?
I'm going to a Packers versus Vikings game.
Yeah, you are.
So I am very excited.
And who's going to be back?
Oh, what?
Jordan Love.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm sorry. I didn't know that. Oh, I'm sorry.
She's a new Packer fan, everybody. She's still learning. She'll figure it out.
So Jordan Love will be back. And and I'm really excited about it. And I'm excited because it's my first big sports game. So I'm excited, in a stadium and the whole thing.
Yes.
So I'm really excited about it.
Yes.
And this is Chanel's first game as an actual sports fan, you guys. Yeah. She got invited to the Packer game and she said, well, good, because I'm a Packers fan. Yeah. And so I'm so excited for her to get to take it all in. Lambeau Field is the experience. It is everything. And it's going to be such a beautiful sporty girl time.
Yeah, and it's been a beautiful day. So it's been a beautiful couple days. It's been really nice out. So I'm excited for tomorrow. I haven't even looked at the weather, but I think it's going to rock. So
yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, how the heck are you, dude?
I'm
as
good.
Our final day as our co-host.
It has been, I'm trying to even think, a week. I started off the week going to the Falcons-Chiefs game. Taylor was not there, which was just a cry heard across America because that sucked. Yeah. I really thought she was going to be there. Truly the only reason I bought tickets to a Falcons-Chiefs game. I'm a Packer fan, but my boyfriend got to go too, and he's a Falcons fan, so that was fun. The Falcons also lost, so we both lost in a way. I didn't see Taylor. He even brought me binoculars to scour for her. I thought maybe I'll see something that like NBC didn't, or whatever channel it was streaming on.
NBC is definitely trying to see if Taylor Swift will
And
do a Chiefs game.
yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
nope, nothing. So that was a bummer. But, you know, it got better quickly because I came up to my home state, just been hanging with these babies, hanging with my little god puppy who I love so much, and my family. And it's been so much fun. I've been eating so much good food and getting all the baby snuggles. So it's been great.
That's been great. Look at that. Well, I would actually love to just move right into the stories. Let's dance.
Wait.
Move.
Can I share some
wait a
antidepressing Catholic news?
Oh, we have antidepressing Catholic news, you guys.
She's back, and she is not depressed about being Catholic.
Yeah.
And so let's do it.
Yeah.
Outside of our newest baby being baptized today,
Fair.
which
Word.
dope, the best, so exciting. Yesterday, we're all in the car, and we were talking about how the baby's baptism was tomorrow. And my oldest daughter was like, when is the baptism again? And we said, oh, it's tomorrow. And Chanel was like, isn't that so cool? Like, tomorrow, your baby brother's going to be a child of God. Like, he's going to be Catholic. And Noelle was like, wait, he's not Catholic today? And we're like, no. Like, he's being baptized in the Catholic Church tomorrow. She was like, well, why aren't we doing it today? Like, why isn't he Catholic right now? And we're like, well, it's scheduled for tomorrow. So, like, we're going to do it tomorrow. And then I asked her, I was like, can you tell your brother, like, what's it like being Catholic? And she goes, it's awesome. And it was so sweet.
And that, my friends, is our antidepressing Catholic news.
Because that is not sad.
Because that is
So
not sad
sweet.
at all.
She's like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And isn't it, though?
Tis.
Yeah. Tis awesome. From the words of a 5-year-old.
Wow. Well, with that, though,
Now I wanna hear
I feel
some
like you
stories.
should lead us into some dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are you guys ready to dance?
Here we go. Because I'm pretty sure... Pause. I'm pretty sure Will can cut this part out. I can be like, whatever. And
Let's just do it. I have it in my
You
head.
have it in your head?
I have it in my head.
Okay.
Let's just try.
Okay.
all right, here we go.
Set.
I ended 2 seconds earlier than yours.
Wait, the way I actually think, you guys, I think we should just leave that whole thing in.
You guys, the point of us leaving that in,
We
if it is
don't
left
have
in,
the
is the
music
fact that
today.
we do not have the music
I
today.
got distracted about halfway through when I started doing this little number.
Will you notice?
The music in my head kind of got a little mishmashed.
No, like the thing is, we're not wearing headphones because
Yeah.
of our setup.
Yeah.
Because we wanted to be on this couch and not at a desk. And we just danced to that in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls, and without the music. So I don't know.
That
Little
could be wrong.
acapella dance.
That
I
could be
loved
wrong, but we're going to keep it in.
Felt right though.
And what feels righter is just moving right into
These stories. Can you
Let's
hit
do
us with it?
Our first story is about a social media trend that has been happening all over the country. It's so sweet. And we're going to talk about, which we love supporting mothers. We love supporting husbands. We love supporting dads. Parental figures. And one of these special things that have been happening is that people have been putting money into diaper boxes, into formula, containers, not in the physical formula, but in between where the formula is and the top. And they've just been leaving money for mothers to be able to, and the kind of the title of the social media trend has been like, she deserves it, because people have been seeing where baby formula is, there's also like a pair of earrings. So you can tell that the mom made a choice between earrings or formula, or between like a lipstick and what she actually wanted. So, or what she needed. And so people have been leaving money. It's been going very viral, and people are just excited to support moms, even if it's in a way that you can't see, but hopefully support them in such a way that they can get what they deserve and what they actually want. So it's pretty cute. It's pretty cute. And with this new mommy, third time, that we have on the couch, Jasmine, I'm curious what you would buy if you found $20
Whoa,
in
if I
a
found
formula
$20.
container.
Ooh. If I found $20 it's implied that I should be spending it on myself.
It's implied. Yeah.
Coffee, 4 coffees,
There it is.
3 coffees. In this day and age, 2 coffees.
2 coffees.
I would get 2 coffees. Okay.
Got it. Okay.
You know,
Here though.
Yeah, not in Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you can get a $5 coffee, sometimes even less.
Got it.
But yeah, I think I would guilt-free going out for multiple coffees as a new parent. I think that would be my go-to. It feels so special. Someone's doing something for you that you don't have to do for yourself. Someone's making you a coffee. That's nice.
Word.
But I love this trend on like a deeper note. I love this. I love the idea that people are kind of like all recognizing that it's hard to be a new parent and it's expensive and you have to make a lot of sacrifices. And so that like leaning into this generosity in this very pointed way that isn't just like, oh, maybe I'll try to find an organization, I'll try to do whatever, but like a really random act of kindness. And I love also that it's not like you're not getting anything back. Like you're giving it to someone and you're not even getting to see like the joyful reaction on their face or anything like that. Like it's just giving for the sake of giving. And I think that's so beautiful. And I think as a church, as people, any way that we can support moms and support motherhood and support family life like that is beautiful. I'm here for that.
That's the word. Yeah. That is the word. The bird is the word is that we can support people, parental figures, mothers, daddies, and we can say, hey, you can get yourself a coffee. That's cool. You know, we know that you have to make choices. And thus far, you've made a choice to take care of a baby. And so we want to reward that by saying, hey, you can get yourself a snack on the way home. You can pull up to Sonic.
Guilt-free.
You know, you can do whatever you want.
A meal.
Yeah.
Don't cook.
So in that way, maybe we can all practice a little generosity. Now, I will say that some folks have been taking advantage of the trend.
Yep.
As people do. And have been opening the formula containers and just taking the money out.
Yep.
And if you know somebody that's like that, don't be that person.
That's wild.
Like that's lame.
Yeah,
that's kind of lame. So don't be that person because that's lame. And also, we don't want them to start locking up the formulas so people can't be generous anymore.
That's so
come
true.
on, like let's be serious. So, anti-depressingly, keep being generous. Don't be that person that steals.
Yep.
And get what you want. So.
You deserve it because you're worth it.
Because you're worth it, L'Oreal. And so you deserve it. For our second story, we're going to talk about I used to like her music a lot more than I do no, I like her music now than I did before. Lana Del Rey, the queen of just kind of spooky voice. She got married to... Spooky voice? Yeah, it's like her voice is just very intense. She got married 2 days ago, and you'll never guess to whom.
Yeah.
Hit us with it,
You'll
Juliana.
truly never guess because I didn't know his name until we read this story.
Yeah.
But they met in 2019 and in all places but Cajun country. That's right. Florida's more humid, evil sister. Louisiana. Who knew? Who knew it'd get more Florida? I love you, Louisiana people, and I love you. It's just so sweaty all the time. But yeah, I believe his name is Jeremy Dufresne.
Yep.
Yeah. He's 49, and they met. He does these boat tours.
He's a
swamp
captain, ladies.
tours. Captain.
Aim high.
My apologies. Yeah. My apologies.
Respect on his name.
Captain Jeremy Dufresne.
Captain of Swamp City. So that's not the actual name of a city. It's just what I'm calling it. Anywho, it's like 45 minutes from New Orleans. Don't remember the actual name of the city. But in Swampland, he's out there giving these gator tours, and she was really into it. But they reconnected earlier this year. So that was back in 2019. And I guess their love just really took off from there because it is September and they are now married. And it seems like it was a really family-focused ceremony, very sweet. She deserves that. She deserves that.
According to the Daily Mail, he is from Des Allemandes, Louisiana.
There it is.
The same bayou where Dufresne operates his popular swamp boat tour is
amazing.
Also where they got married, at where he operates the swamp boat tour. So honestly, it just really is something else. So yeah. God bless her. God bless Lana. What are your thoughts on this, Jasmine?
I think this is a testament to you find love when you least expect it.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah. And as a woman that married a Cajun man. Like, tell us a little bit, like, what's in that spice? Like, what kind of why
Tony's?
Yeah, is
Slap
Tony's?
your mama.
Yeah, is Tony's or some slap your mama in that? Some crystal? Is there some crystal in that spice? Yeah, like what is it about a Cajun man? Tell us.
I think, to me, it's
for context.
Yeah,
please. Jasmine is married to a man from Louisiana. If you do not know.
Do you not know? If you do you not know?
If you do not,
have you not heard?
Keep up.
Come on. But yes, my husband's a little Cajun boy, and I love being married to someone from Louisiana. I think there's like a special little concoction about girls from the north and boys from the south. There's something there, there's something niche, and so I think, to me, like, the Southern gentleman stuff, really loved that. My husband always opens my door for me. Not saying men from the north don't, but let's be real. It's a little different.
In our experience,
My humble
they
experience.
have not.
They have not done it. They haven't done it. But honestly, it's Louisiana culture, and getting to kind of be like brought into that as an outsider has been so cool and fun, because it is like family focused, fun. The food is amazing. Everybody like loves being from there and is so excited to tell you about it and show you about it and just have you like sucked into their culture. And that has been really special. Like, I couldn't imagine marrying someone from somewhere like boring and being like, oh, we go back to your hometown. And it's like, we're just sitting here because there's nothing to do. But we go back and we're like, we got to go to this place, this place. We have so many things to do. We have like so many places to eat, and like we're going to go dance, and we're, like, there's just so much culture, like such a rich culture there. So I get, like, Lana's got good taste. She's doing her thing. She gets it. And I'm also fascinated by this relationship of like fear mixed with like she had to be scared. Like, you're on a gator tour. I don't know. Gators aren't it for me. That is like the worst part about Louisiana to me. So good for her for going on this tour. But I don't know. She must have been like, what a brave man. Like, what a brave man.
Something
just giving gator tours, living on the bayou, like just a man of nature, a man of the people. And she's just this famous singer.
Yeah.
What a like star-crossed lover scenario. Yeah. Who would have thought? I'd be so interested to know like what brought them back together. How was she all of a sudden like, remember that tour? I've never forgotten you. And they should make a movie about it. And I stand by that. And I would watch it all day. I would watch it.
Drop in the comments.
I would watch it. Would you
movie.
watch that movie?
I would absolutely watch that movie. They already have that one Hallmark movie based on Lafayette. What is it called? Right. Like, but they go to Noel Acadian.
Like a very Louisiana Christmas.
Yes.
Love
like
on
a
the
very,
Bayou
yes.
or something?
I actually
Love
think it might be called that.
Yeah.
Yes. But everyone's a Guidry in the movie. Yes. Which is very
everyone's
fitting.
a Guidry in Louisiana.
Exactly. It's always like Guidry for representative.
Guidry, Broussard.
Yes. But going back, I also love that Jasmine married someone from Louisiana because I've gotten connected with Louisiana. And y'all, the food is so good. Fizzo's, if you're listening, I would love to be sponsored. Just me. It doesn't even have to be the show. It could honestly be just me. But I would help you out, obviously. So just to echo, just the fun in Louisiana, they really do love their food. And you just got to really respect that.
So true.
Yeah. We had jambalaya this weekend.
Guess who cooked it?
Guess who cooked it?
Lana Del Rey. And we just want to say.
Just one second. Lana, come on out here.
Come on out here. Sit right here.
Lana
She's
Del Rey
here.
featuring Chanel with jambalaya at the baptism.
Late July, when you and I were forever. Oh my gosh, she's here. Mine. I hate the days. I don't even know the words.
Will you
Lana
still
Del Rey.
love me?
No, you're singing it too high pitch. So
Will you?
yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. So Lana is here. She is in the kitchen. She's on her way. She'll make it over here eventually.
She's too busy making jambalaya for us.
She's making more. Yeah, she's making more jambalaya. So we just want to say, God bless you, Lana and Jeremy. God bless your marriage. God bless your life together. I mean, it really is like something to behold.
It is.
Yeah. And
You just wonder what they talk about.
But the crazy thing too is like we don't really know Lana, right? So
we
it's
don't
like
know
we
her.
don't know Lana. I don't know if
How
she's
old is she also?
39. So like
okay,
it's
they're only
chill.
10 years apart.
So I don't know if
vibes.
she's probably
Yeah.
like, hey, I kind of like chill stuff.
Yeah.
I like to cook and be
She's-
home and be in the
seems
country,
to
be with my
pretty
family.
be a low-key celebrity.
Yeah.
Like she is not very in the public eye.
Yeah.
She keeps
So
to
maybe she's
herself.
kind of like,
So
this
her
is just my
marrying someone
thing.
obscure like that and not
Yeah.
a celebrity kind of tracks.
Yeah. So Lana Del Rey is now married. Lana Del Rey is now Lana Del Dufresne. And
Wow,
congrats.
that's actually. Did she take his name?
I actually have no idea if
Actually,
Lana Del
no
Rey
idea.
is her actual
Del
name.
Rey, her last name,
Yeah.
you guys? Wouldn't
Wait.
it be Lana Dufresne?
I
But
like
isn't it
Lana
like
Del
Lana
Dufresne.
Del DEL space RAY.
Yeah, yeah.
So is it Del Rey her last name? Is Del her middle name? Is that not her name at all? and
Is
it's
it a stage
I
name?
think it's a stage
It's probably
name.
a stage
Yeah.
name.
But
That's
I
like
do
a-
like
a
Lana
great
Del
stage
Dufresne.
name.
If you use that, pay me. So, congratulations to Lana Del Dufresne. We're happy for you.
Cheers.
We're sending you love. Cheers. Trey,
I love that.
Le Bon Te Roule. Is that what it
It
is?
means let the good times roll. Yeah. It is.
Le Bon Te
Can you believe
Roule.
that this 49-year-old from Louisiana has the closer in with Taylor Swift than we do?
No, I cannot.
Yeah.
And I hope it means something to him. I really do.
I pray it does.
I really do.
This
I
man
don't
could go
think
to
it
the
does,
Eras
but I think it
tour
does.
and not know a single song.
True.
That's true.
Hats off to you, sir.
But he also does have 3 kids. We're getting really into the depths. He does also have 3 kids. So, like, maybe they do, you know? So who knows?
Good for them.
So who knows, you know?
Good
At the
for
end
the
of the
children.
day,
Justice is served.
justice is served. Justice is served.
Let freedom ring.
Freedom ring.
There it is.
We're going on like mega divergent status. So
Hit us with the next story. We
We
gotta.
gotta move on.
for our last story, it's actually one of my favorites of the day. According to Collider.com, Joan, our Golden Bachelorette, is having a fresh take on a long-standing franchise feature, the Fantasy Suites. You might watch the Fantasy Suites like we do, and we're like, okay, we get it. You read that envelope, you have a fake key that doesn't open a real door on it. You ask somebody to come back, there's a bed, they walk in, they're like, whoa, how did that get there? They kiss, they slowly close the door and frame of the camera. It's weird, right? It's just
Yeah.
kind of like, it's a little try hard. So she has decided for the first time ever that there will be no beds in the Fantasy Suites. The reason why the Golden Bachelorette made this change, according to Collider, was because she wanted the Fantasy Suite week to be all about emotional intimacy. She confessed that going into this, she was sure that she didn't want to be physically intimate with more than one man. So it only made sense to change the format of the Fantasy Suites to draw that boundary. She also says that she respects those that decide to take the fantasy suite in the direction that has normally been, but she has decided to make this change so she can enforce her boundary and make sure that she's connecting on an emotional level. What are our thoughts on that?
Wow.
My first impression is we love a queen who's gone to therapy and
Word.
is speaking boundaries and following through on them and taking action to ensure that your boundaries are being upheld by others and by yourself. You know, like, because enforcing boundaries also takes you being consistent with yourself and with others. And so her saying like, hey, this is a thing. I really want to emphasize the emotional connection and not the physical one in this particular way. And so let's remove the beds so that that is just clearly communicated, like hard line in the sand, so that she can show others, like communicate to the men that she decides to take to fantasy suites and enforce for herself, like, this is what I'm doing. And I love that. Like, I think it's a really beautiful choice for her to communicate, and like the clear communication, beautiful. Like she's doing a good job
Word.
following through.
What are your thoughts, Juliana?
Yeah, no, I think this is wonderful. I mean, it's just like what Chanel and I were talking about with the last Bachelorette.
Which one?
Jennifer?
Jen.
Yes.
Yeah.
How you had jokingly said,
Yeah.
we pray that they go play some bingo, like together,
Yeah,
like
hang
play
out.
some Monopoly.
Yeah.
But honestly, I think this gives them a great opportunity because over the course of what is the actual timeline? It's only like a month.
It's 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
I think.
You can't really like know someone that well, especially.
Whoa. In case they decide to endorse this show, we do believe in the journey. We do believe in the process.
Bachelor Nation.
Bachelor Nation.
We do believe in the process.
We're here for you, but let's
Juliana's
be serious.
opinions
You
do not
can't
directly
date
reflect that
30
of the show.
people at one time.
Juliana's opinions do
over
not
the
directly
course of
reflect that.
6 weeks.
Go ahead.
And know exactly who they are.
Word.
You can barely date one person over the course of 6 weeks and know exactly who they are.
Juliana's tried.
You know?
We have been secretly filming her journey, and we will actually have a show called The Juliana Bachelorette. And so this is also coming from a very like real place. So, yeah.
Yeah. So for my boyfriend who's listening, apparently we've been secretly filmed over the course of the summer.
Word.
Cheers, babe.
Yeah.
I don't even call him that, but anywho. Yeah, I totally lost track of what I was saying.
But real life, Juliana does think that it is great that she is setting boundaries, because we did talk about on our last episode. I'm catching you up on what you said.
Yes.
About Jen and playing bingo.
Totally.
And just hanging out. Yep.
I think it's a great opportunity because you don't get that much time on The Bachelorette unless you have like a one-on-one date. And even then, like how much of it is real and how much are we just seeing of production? I know that they're not actually allowed to eat dinner. Mm-hmm. It's all for show. They have to like eat off camera. Mm-hmm. So I think it's just a really beautiful time because like, especially like you can still hang out till like later in the night, later in the evening. And I feel like that's when real like open communication and like past relationship and actual deep conversations happen. So I think it'll be great for them to have that opportunity to actually do that without the pressure of having a bed there, feeling like that's what they need to do, because everyone still has hormones and those feelings would naturally happen.
Word. Yeah.
You know what's so interesting to think about is like putting this up against Zach's season. And he had the same intentions, remember, I don't want there to be like any physical intimacy in the fantasy suites.
But then
he did anyways, and was not clear with every woman that was his intention. And it was like the first person he was clear with and they didn't do anything. But then the next person he ended up like hooking up with essentially. And then the other girl found out, and there was like a lot of hurt there because of his inability to clearly communicate his boundary. And they made it this big thing, like there will be no sex during the fantasy, and they like announced it, and it was like,
and the host was like sat down with him and was like, so what you're saying is that there will be no sex?
Yeah.
And Zach was like,
there will be none.
And it was literally like they were bringing this man to friggin' like an island in the middle of nowhere, and they were like, you only have snacks for a week. Like, are you sure you're going to make it? But then he
did nothing to follow through on that boundary.
Word,
he wasn't like Joan being like, okay, so we're going to remove the beds. I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to be clear, whatever.
Yeah.
He was just like, this is a thing, but then didn't enforce it at all. And it wasn't respected like by the women on the show as well, which is another issue. But he just was not clear in his boundaries. And you could tell he wasn't committed to following through on them. And so it will be interesting to see how this plays out for her. Because I do think a lot of times they like overhype this for views and for attention and whatever. And so I am interested to see what this means to her in the follow through.
Totally. And reflecting back on the Zach thing, there's always like one person per season that's like the virgin or the Jesus person. Like it was Maddie Pruitt for Pilot Pete's season. It was Colton for someone else's season, but then he became the Bachelor. But still didn't follow through with it. So I will be intrigued to see how this happens. But it seems like this season, as we've been saying, just seems very sweet and very actual relationship focused. So I could see them actually just like doing a puzzle together and having a little glass of wine, talking to each other, seeing what they liked about like if it's Charles, I'm rooting for you. If it's my boy Charles,
he's so cute, dude.
Along with Joan, it would be so sweet. They can like talk about what they liked and like their very long lasting 30 plus year marriages, things like that, just sweet things.
Hold up. Are you team Charles now or team Mark still?
I'm both.
Oh.
It's
That
too
makes
early
sense.
to tell, but
It
I'm
is.
team Mark and Charles.
Que nos dos. You're right.
Yeah. Porque
So-
no los dos.
Yeah. So I feel like I'm excited for Joan. We love a queen that has boundaries and sets them. We also love a queen that acknowledges, like, hey, let's be serious, you guys. There's a guy, he's swooning. There's a bed in that room. Take it out. Take that out. Cut out the middleman, y'all. Be serious. Let's be serious.
There it is.
We love a chick that's serious because, and I think that's the thing that I really like is that she's like, let's not pretend like I'm gonna, walk into this room, be with someone that I think is I'm attracted to, have good conversations with, yada yada. At this point, it's the final three, and then have like candles, music, and wine, and a nice plush bed, and I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
And not do something that I'm not particularly ready for.
Yep.
And so like good on her. And I think that's a word to
Yeah.
all of us to be like, it's okay to take that leap and be like, hey, just
do
cut
it.
it out.
Yep.
Just cut it out. Like cut out the middleman. You know yourself,
Yeah,
and you know if
100%.
you're like, I just don't think this would work. And and
Smart.
to say that you want emotional intimacy, obviously, as Juliana and I talked about, emotional and physical intimacy, very important, and attraction. But like, I think it's so cool that she was like, no, I actually really think it's important for us to just know, like, what's on your heart, what's on your mind, you
Yeah.
have your whole life to like kiss,
Yeah.
like also what's going on in your heart, what's going on in your mind, like what are you thinking about,
Yeah.
what do you like, what are your relationships like, and I was actually wondering, Jasmine, like, what are your thoughts on this? Because she used emotional intimacy a ton throughout this article, and like you don't hear people talk about emotional intimacy much.
Yeah,
so like
true.
what are your thoughts on her stressing that a lot?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's so essential. And I think the vulnerability that comes to what you were saying, Juliana, like the vulnerability that comes from just extensive conversations and long drawn out when like the emphasis is conversing, especially in the context of the Bachelor franchise, is the only time you're really off camera with one another is in fantasy suites. And so like really how emotionally vulnerable can you get knowing anything I'm saying for these people in the Golden Bachelorette that like my children are going to watch this. So like how vulnerable are we getting on screen, on camera, when your children, your parents, your siblings, your friends, your boss, your employees are going to be able to watch this. And then you get to fantasy suites and it's actually time to have these conversations. And that's when like actual legitimate vulnerability, emotional intimacy can blossom. And I think that's so important. And hot take, and I'm coming for you, Gary, maybe if we would have spent more time focusing on honesty and conversations, our marriage wouldn't have like within a month been like, we actually shouldn't be married because we don't want to like travel between two states. And like that conversation should have been had far before,
These are conversations that can be had about where realistically you would like to live in the fantasy suites.
And that was also
Like, we
something
can have
that
that
Joan
conversation.
mentioned. She was like, hey, I want to know, like,
Yep.
if you have grandchildren, do you want to live near them?
Yeah.
How about that? Like do
shouldn't
you
that
have-
be something we
Do you have
discuss?
kids that you want to be by? Do you have like a home that you bought that you don't necessarily want to sell to come move with me? Do I want
Yep.
you to live with me or do I want to move with you?
100%.
It's like there's
it's a
so many
whole
questions.
different level
Yeah.
in the golden age versus like
Yeah.
the young bachelorettes. And so these are conversations that should be being had,
And for any of us too. I mean, really, it's
Truth,
like
truth.
there's just so much time to have physical intimacy. And I'm not trying to say it's not important. Like,
Yeah.
totally is. Word up to physical intimacy. But like, there's so much time. But it just seems like before you make that step, there's almost like you can't really press reverse on not having those emotionally intimate conversations.
Yep.
You know, like that's so special and so important to just know where someone's locked in, where they're at, what they're thinking, you know, what are they doing? Like, who are the people that are important to them? So word up to you, Joan.
100%. Yeah.
Word up. We love to see it.
So true.
We love to see it.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like that was a pretty rounded out episode.
Yeah.
And
What I'm feeling is good about this.
I'm feeling good about it. I'm feeling good about it. I feel like this has been awesome having you here, Juliana.
Yeah.
It's been great
seriously,
having you
thank
here.
you.
Yeah.
Of course, happy to
It's
be
been
here.
awesome. We're proud of Juliana. We're proud of Jasmine. We're proud of me.
Yeah. Shout out to the fans.
Yeah, we're proud of all of us.
Shout out.
We're shout out to the people that listen to this. Today at this baptismal party, you guys, I must have ran into like 6 people that said they listen to this podcast. And I just want to say thank you for listening to this. It really means a lot. Thank you for leaving comments. Thank you for sending us messages. It is really fun to record this podcast.
It is so fun.
And it's fun to do something like this with my best friend. And it's fun to just talk about things that are fun and things that are sometimes hard and just like be with y'all because overall it's fun to connect to the community. So
It is.
drop us a comment. Let us know what you want to talk about next. Send us your anti-depressing Catholic muse.
Hit us up.
Comment,
Like, subscribe, smash
that like button. And yeah.
She's
And,
back, baby.
The world may be depressing, but
We are not.
we are really not. We love you guys. Bye. Bye. Bye.